Hello there. We are jumping right on into this. Get ready with me. I have a plethora of products on my desk, but I really don't know what direction we're going. So I've already applied the Ulta Beauty Matte Veil Eyeshadow Primer. And on my nails, this is a brand new one gel nail polish from Dashing Diva. You know I love their gloss strips, their glaze strips. Now they've come out with their own gel polish that no base coat, no top coat. You do cure it. But then there is supposed to be just this remover drops that you put on and it peels right off. Stay tuned. I'll be doing a video on that, but I love this. I think it's beautiful, frosty white. To start off on my lips, I also applied this new Dalton Peptide Pout. I put on this shade or this scent, which is coconut. But look at this packaging. It looks like a macaroon, has this wonderful lip applicator, you know, so you can actually put this in your purse. You could apply it, you know, when you're out and about without putting your fingers in there. But they have coconut and there is this strawberry. The strawberry smells so good. It is a very sheer kind of raspberry tint on the lips. So beautiful, packed with all kinds of good stuff, vitamin E, shea butter, peptides to help with plumping, avocado oil, rosehip seed oil. And it said their goal with this product is to actually get to the source of healing your dry lips, like not just mask them on the outside, but actually to heal from within. So I'll keep you posted on it, but it feels really nice. And it's a thicker texture, but it feels like it's really doing a good job. So on the face, I've decided to go back to an oldie. I haven't used my Dior Forever Matte Foundation in a long time, but I decided to pull that out because I want to try this new product from Hard Candy. It's called Just Glow, and they sent me all three shades. This is the Bronze Glow, this is the Rose Glow, and I'm going to use, though, the Golden Glow, I believe is what this one is. Yes, Golden Glow. It says it has vitamin C and niacinamide to glow and hydrate. You can mix it with your foundation, instead of foundation, on top of foundation. You know, kind of one of the products that we've seen from a lot of brands. I love, however, that this has a pump. So I'm going to mix a little bit of this in with my foundation. Let me show you what it looks like all on its own. What I like about it is it does have a lot of glow and it is providing a little bit of color, kind of a golden bronzy hue, but there's no shimmer particles. I was concerned it was going to be really shimmery. It's not. So let's see how this mixes in, because Dior has a similar type of product that's really super expensive. And so if we can find an alternative at the drugstore that works with that foundation, I think this could be a really good win. But let's just put this on. I'm going to use the BK Beauty 101, and there is a fragrance, but I think, it's not from the Hard Candy. So I guess the Dior foundation, it's been a while since I've used it. I forgot that it has a little bit of a scent. Okay. So it did definitely add a little extra kind of a golden tan hue. And yeah, it is definitely adding some glow to the skin. Typically, I prefer to use these kinds of products, you know, just on the tops of my cheeks. But I just thought, hey, we're heading into spring. We're kind of getting into that desire for a little sheerer coverage on foundation. I know some of you are saying it's not spring weather yet. We are having a taste of early summer weather ourselves. You wouldn't know it by my sweater, by the way. Went shopping with my dear friend in Temecula, California at this boutique, and oh my goodness, I just had to have this sweater. So even though it's like 80 degrees out today, I'm inside and I am sporting a sweater, but it's got flowers on it. So it makes me not feel like it's wintry. So that is the trick, I feel like, at this time of year, is, you know, still wearing kind of long sleeve types of clothes, but something that looks more spring-like, different colors. Okay, I think I have a hair on my nose. Okay, I'm gonna let that sit. And, oh, yes, I have a little Gracie here, I'm sure, on my nose. We're gonna let that sit and sink in, and definitely noticing more glow to my skin than normal with the matte foundation. So those of you looking for a little extra hydration with your foundation, on top of foundation, this might be a really good option, and at the drugstore. All right, something that's not drugstore, but I picked this up with my Ulta rewards points, so it was free to me, is this NARS, what is this called? The Afterglow Tempting eyeshadow palette. It's been a long time since I bought a NARS eyeshadow palette because they're expensive. Look at these colors though. Oh my goodness. I saw somebody use this and it does only have 3 mattes, but I thought, you know, there's some really interesting things going on with these shimmers. I haven't even swatched this palette yet. So this is what we're going to use today. But before we get there, I need something on my brow bone. And what are we going to use for that? Let's pull out, aren't you glad you're here? Go through my beauty room with me. Let's use this Natasha Denona. This is the Mini Eye Sculpt palette. I'm just going to use probably mostly just this shade right here as my brow bone highlight shade today. And speaking of Natasha Denona, did you see she came out with a new midi palette? That's her 15 pan palette, and it's called In Bloom. Yes, you can guess it's already on order. So that has not come yet. When it does, you can be sure you'll be seeing it here. I'll be doing a video. Man, I've got some itchiness going on here. Not sure what's going on. We'll keep an eye on that. Okay, let's go back to this palette. So I need to swatch. That's just how I roll. I don't like to go in completely blind because I find sometimes shadows just don't translate the same on the eyes as you think they're going to. I'm going to go in with this middle shadow right here, and let's use a rougher number 16 brush. And so that one is this one, which is surprising. That one looks pretty warm in the palette, and it is, but I feel like this could be, ooh, that's really pretty. Kind of takes on, you know, a little bit, I'm being inspired by what I'm wearing here. So let's just put this, wow, this blends. That was pretty easy, huh? So let's put this all over. So I will probably stick with this palette for the rest of the eye look, but I do have some new eyeliners. I have some new mascaras. Ulta was having their lash, kind of National Lash Day, but it was like a whole week of lots of sales on mascaras and mascara primers. So we have some new things that I purchased to test out. And what else do we have here? I have, as I was going through my collection and rearranging things, I found some purchases that I have yet to try that actually have been around for a while, but the Milk Jelly Balm Cheek Tints, whatever they're called. Yeah, so we have some fun stuff here. All right, I have to say that was probably one of the easiest. I mean, that was a very pigmented shadow, but it just blended out so easily. Wow, okay. Let's choose our lid shade. Now, it's hard to tell. I think some of these might just be toppers. Now that's gorgeous. And a couple of these look like they have a duochrome. Okay, so that's definitely more of a topper type shade. Ooh, that's got some pigment, but again, duochrome. And that's got some good color payoff. That would be that one. Now let's go down to this one here. And let's see. This finger is, okay. Ooh, that's pretty. You know me and my pink. And Gracie has joined us. Hi, Gracie. Are you saying hi? She got her hair cut. I'll let you see her at the end, but let's go in with, okay, so even though it looked a little more pigmented on my finger, I feel like it's a little sheerer. So I'm gonna go in on the rest of the lid. Let's just go in with this one right here. and I'm pressing. Let's see if we can get some, see how much color payoff we get. Oh, that's pretty. It does have quite a lot of sparkle. Oh, it's really pretty. Definitely a little less color payoff at the base though than I was anticipating. So that's okay. I do have to film another video today, so that's why I'm not wanting to go too crazy. Gracie. So let's just see what happens. All right, I'm gonna try a wet brush. It's been a while since I've done this, but let's do the wet brush and coat both sides. Okay, Gracie, that's enough. That's enough. And I'm just gonna go in with the old standby Maybelline Lasting Fix. And let's just see what that does. So it intensifies it a little bit, but it doesn't make it unwearable. Ooh, that's really pretty. Okay, as the light picks it up, that's a beautiful, beautiful kind of topper shadow. Whew, that's so pretty. Okay, I'm going to look down for a minute, and while I do, I have I've got 5 new eyeliners from Dalton. They're not, I don't think they're new to their line, but I've never tried this particular one. These are the Infinite Eyes Line and Smudge sticks. And so I've got, I pulled out the 3 kind of brownish tones. So this is Cocoa, Bronze, and Tiger's Eye. I'm really interested in this Tiger's Eye. So let's start with that. I was contemplating also doing a slightly different technique on my eyeliner today. So we'll just see how this goes. If this is a disaster, I'll have to fix things before I film my next video. But I was watching Shona Scott, and she was doing more of this really beautiful kind of feline shape eye, but it was a very soft, very smudgy, but she did go all the way into the inner corner and of course in the waterline. So I'm not going to go in the waterline, but let's just see what we can do here. Okay, so this, I'm going to make sure, yes, I'm using Tiger's Eye here, which is so pretty. And these are very soft, very pigmented, but when I was swatching them on my hand, I let them dry. I could not get them off. So that's a good thing. When we want it to be, right? We want it to set and stay on the lash line. And I'm looking for my wonderful liner brush, which, you know, things just disappear. You know, you get on camera and poof, there go the brushes. Okay. So I'm going to just kind of pull that out a little bit. And then I'm going to go on the top line, lash line. I think I'm going to go in with Cocoa. And I'm going to first start here. Oh, that's a pretty color. So definitely more of a cooler toned brown. Has a little bit of that plum kind of tone. So we might pull in a little bit of eyeshadow to help smudge this out. Okay, so then something I never do is bring my liner into the inner corner here to do this kind of like feline thing. Oh boy, not sure I'm gonna like this, but we'll see. It definitely, whoa, totally changes the shape of your eye. This could be interesting. See, aren't you glad that you tuned in? I've kind of been enjoying planning these videos like for a Saturday upload. You have to let me know. For me personally, Saturdays are the days when I just kind of like to watch maybe something fun and different, especially trying new makeup and new makeup techniques, because usually that's a day when I don't have to be anywhere and then I can go and test out things at my makeup table. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is take that liner brush. This is the, what is this? The E15 from Sigma. I'm gonna go right on top of that. And now we'll just soften everything here. This went from a really light and easy to, what are we doing, Shirley? Hey, you know, we're just playing. We're having some fun with some makeup. All right, and I always go past and kind of, I'm messy out here because I clean up afterwards. So don't fear. We will fix all of this later. It's really interesting when you go all the way around the tear duct area. It does just totally change your eye shape. And I can honestly say I've never done this. Okay, I'm gonna go in with the color that we had in the crease, and I'm just gonna use this again. I can go back. I'm gonna soften all of this. And we're gonna make it work, but we're gonna have a little fun in the interim. I hope that you all hang in here. I mean, you know, we got to get a little crazy here, right? So that you hang around until the end. I know many of you do. You're such good sports. All right, I'm going to go in with the 01 from Rougher, and I'm going to do just a combo of this and that shade just to further soften the top edge there. Wow, that is so dramatic. And I think it will be interesting. I may have to add a little bit of liner on the underside of the lashes, but we'll see. Okay, let's see what happens on this side now. Let's see, make sure I'm using the right one. Okay, now I feel like this is more of like the kind of what I think of like Pharaoh days, you know, in Egypt. Kind of very dramatic lined eye. Oh goodness, this is going to be interesting. Well, like I say, with makeup, you can always wash it off and try again. And usually I don't try anything like this too crazy if I'm going somewhere. And generally I also don't do it when I'm going to be filming, but I think it's fun to just bring you all along, because I think a big part of people learning to do makeup is learning how to undo or how to correct or fix things. And that is for myself also. When I am learning a new computer program, I first learn how to undo whatever it is I'm doing. And then I feel confident to kind of dig in. So we're going to learn how to undo if we don't like. Yeah, this is definitely one of those that out of my comfort zone, but we're going to have some fun. Okay, let's go. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Let's just kind of soften this up. And I always withhold judgment. I mean, even when I do a halo eye, that is something that I always feel like just, it doesn't come together until you get your mascara on and your concealer on. This might be one that doesn't come together until we clean up that inner corner. So this is definitely not a look you want to do if you have eyes that are really close together. You don't want to bring your liner or anything all the way in, because that makes your eyes look closer together. And so if you already have that issue, you don't want to accentuate that. But I feel like I'm kind of in between. I'm not too far, not too close, but we'll see. We might not like this. Oh, this is crazy. All right, let's remove some of this, clean it up a little bit. I'm going to use my almond oil to do that. And let's just see what happens. I'm going to kind of just clean up the edge, and then I will take probably a more precise Q-tip and really just clean it up. Okay, so that even looks better already. Oh, goodness. Okay. We'll see if my dog recognizes me, right? Okay. All right. Yeah, last time I was doing Get Ready With Me Uncut, we were having some rainy weather. Right now we're having nice warm weather, but we're hoping some rain is going to make its way back here because we're basically 3 days of rain. That's not enough for a whole year. So we definitely could use more. Okay. Wow. This is just interesting. All right. All right. Let's see here. Okay. Now let's add some concealer. And I have the new concealer from Revlon. I purchased 3 different shades. Two are concealer shades, and then one is the brightener shade. The brightener shade I feel like is pretty light for my skin tone. So these are the new Revlon Glimmer Brightening Concealers. And I think it's this one, ironically, that's the brightener, but this is $135, and then this, I went back and this is $155. So I kind of feel like I have to mix a little bit of each. So let's start with $155. And I have to say I'm a little underwhelmed compared to the 5-in-1. I love this concealer that Revlon did, and I think they might be discontinuing it because it's like there's only a couple shades left at Ulta, and I had to go to Amazon to repurchase the shades that I normally wear. I think personally that is the best drugstore concealer right now. So I really hope Revlon is not planning to replace it with this one, because this one's nice, but it is light medium. It is not medium full. It seemed to wear well. This is about only the 3rd day that I have tried it, but I don't know. I'm just, why do they have to take away our favorite things, right? All right, so I know some of you have said you can't really see the darkness, and it's kind of, I don't have my camera set up high like a lot of people do, so I have to really tilt my head down. And even still, because I've got lights, I mean, you can see, shadows and everything like that. So I am going to go back in with a little bit of is this the brightener shade? Yes, 115. And I'm just going to put a little bit here. And let's just and then I will also put a little bit here. Yeah, I have to say, I don't know that this is my favorite kind of eyeliner technique on me personally. I love the feline look on a lot of other ladies, but I just don't know that it is my look. That's okay. All right. Now that helped for sure, and just kind of helped brighten things up. So let's look at the skin. The skin is showing a little more texture, which happens, with a little more glowy foundation. So I probably, for me, where did it go? The Hard Candy Just Glow. This is probably something I'll use just on the top of my foundation, tops of the cheeks. I also like to use a product like this in the summer to mix with my tinted sunscreen, just to make it a little darker, like when I'm walking Gracie. So that's probably the way I'm going to continue using it. I'm gonna go in with my Dibs contour stick and just use this. I love how it smells. Oh, wonderful vanilla scent. And this has a little coolness, but has a little pinky tone to it. So I kind of like that for kind of when my skin has a little bit of a tan, but not a ton of tan. Let's see, where is my clean brush? I did wash some brushes this weekend, I'm trying to stay on top of it. I figure if every couple days I at least wash 5 brushes, it won't become so overwhelming, right? I had to wash like 20 though, because I hadn't been keeping up with that. As I mentioned in a previous video, my cousin was coming to town. She was in town a little over a week ago as of filming this video, and we just had a great time. We found a really cool antique store, which is where I got this. It's actually a cake plate. It's pink. It's so cute, so pretty. But we found this antique store that had, I mean, miles and miles and miles of products, and we spent a couple hours in there and still did not see everything. So we had a great time though. And she came to church with me and we did some outlet shopping. I did pick up a few things at the outlet. I'll be sharing those on a future video. Okay, let's add a little blush. So again, this is the Milk, what is this? The Cooling, what is it? Cooling Water Jelly Tint. And what shade did I pick up? Oh, I kept the box because it's easier to read on the box. It's Fresh. So I have not put this on my cheeks yet. I've been intimidated. I gotta be honest. It's that clear jelly texture. I've heard these are really pigmented. I feel like this is one that I want to put on a brush before I put it on my face. And where is my favorite brush? Oh goodness. Oh, here we go. Okay, let's go with the rougher number 4. And I'm gonna, let's just see how much picks up. Oh, that is so funny. Okay, so I definitely need to be a little gentler. Oh my, wow. Okay, a lot more pigment comes off than you might think. I'm thinking like a Jelly Balm lipstick, you know, that's super sheer. I mean, this obviously is sheer, but wow, oh, that's so pretty though. I'm definitely gonna have to do a little mixing to bring all of these colors together. Okay, wow, 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 that's a lot. Okay, and I'm glad that I have not yet powdered. This is one of the reasons why when I'm applying cream products, I don't like to powder first. And generally you really shouldn't powder first because that can just pick up, it can kind of grab in weird areas where you've got powder. So generally I always recommend kind of waiting to powder your face until after you've applied all of your cream products. But wow, that's a lot of pigment. Okay, all right. Now these are supposed to set and stay. I'm not sure if I need to put this little cap back on, but I think I might, just to make sure it doesn't dry out. I've had issues with some of the Milk products before in the sticks, their regular ones drying out pretty quickly. So I'll just use a little extra caution there. All right. Let's add a little powder. Okay, so I'm gonna try one of these new powders from What's Up Beauty. They sent me all 4 shades. This is the medium shade. They just do such a lovely job on their packaging. This is the outer box and the packaging on the product. I mean, it has a mirror, and then they always emboss these pressed products. So this has a butterfly on it, and everything's clean beauty and talc-free, clean, cruelty-free, vegan, talc-free powder. So I've only used this once with a different foundation. Definitely not a kind of dry matte shade or texture on the skin. So I probably am going to end up adding a little extra of another powder by the end, but let's just see. Okay, so this is medium, and the 4 shades, light, medium, tan, deep. So they definitely provide a little bit of coverage, but it's not like a powder foundation or anything. But let's just see what this does. Yeah, I definitely will not be mixing that Hard Candy Glow product with my foundation. So I feel like the difference between the hard candy product and either the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter or the Dior version is that those have a blurring effect on the skin, whereas the hard candy one just adds a glow. It's a nice glow, but it's, for me, with texture, it's not a love for sure. All right, I'm gonna take my Dalton dual powder brush here and just kind of blend all of that together. Okay. Now, I'm not sure how this would do under the eyes. Let's just try, right? I'll just tap out. And again, I do feel like that Revlon concealer, not my favorite. Really much prefer the 5-in-1. Let's just see if we can add a little coverage. Oh, that's nice. I'll have to keep you posted, of course, of how this wears and if it makes the concealer creasy at all. And boy, I am not really a fan of what's going on here. So I'm just going to further remove a little more of this eyeliner, and then I will add in a little bit probably of some concealer here. Go back with that brightening shade. Is that the one I'm grabbing? No. Let's go in with this one here. I'm gonna add just a little dot there. So, you know, we tried something new, didn't really love it, and that's okay. That's what makeup is for, right? And just because I didn't love it doesn't mean that it might not look good on you. I have a friend who loves this look. She takes her eyeliner all the way around her eye all the time, and it looks beautiful on her, but it is just not for me. And see, there we go. We are all fixed up, and I'll add a little inner corner highlight, and you'll never know, except if you rewind this video, where we started, right? All right, let's go back to that shade there. I have a feeling I might need to wet this too. Oh, well, because that concealer is a little wet, we're getting a little more adherence initially, so that's perfect. We're just gonna brighten that up. I do feel like I've got a little fallout. That's okay. All right. Next, yeah, the powder on the rest of the face, I feel like I need just a little extra something. And let's see, do I have another? Oh, before we do it though, because I think I'm gonna add my makeup forever. Let's add a little bronzer, and I'm gonna go in with the What's Up Beauty. This is the Chique Terre. I never remember how to pronounce it, but this is the medium bronzer. And again, gorgeous packaging. These are made in Italy, and this is a swirled, each color has several different colors swirled together. And this medium shade, it's a little warm, but I've not really played with these a whole lot. Just, I think I may have showed these once in a video, but such a beautiful texture. Very pigmented though, so little goes a long way. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of blush, powder blush on top. And again, using What's Up Beauty. This is Serene Sienna. And again, look at the swirls, just so pretty. I'm just gonna tap my brush in there. So I like the Milk Makeup one, but I think I'll probably like that all by itself with more of maybe a standard matte foundation first. I don't know. I was just kind of struggling with the texture on my skin. So now, yes, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of the Makeup Forever HD setting powder. And this is, when I'm gonna use this all over, I do love to add this as a finishing, it's a finishing powder. So you definitely wanna add this before going in with your blush and bronzer, or sorry, after, because it puts this kind of like smooth silicone kind of coat on the skin. And then anything you put on top of it is not going to blend into the skin or into your foundation. So this is definitely great as a final step. And I'll just put a little bit of here, but it just is so blurring. I love it. Okay. Now we need some brows, and I have been using and liking, I should say, the NYX Blade and Shade brow pencil. I'm just feeling like the color is still a little bit off for me. So I'll bring it back in today. I do have another brow product that I might like to try in conjunction with this. So I don't know, I might need there's a cool brown shade, and that one might work better for me. I don't know, let's just see. But it is a really unique shape to the pencil, you know, that thin angle. I really like that. And it's not too hard of a pencil, but it's also not so soft that, you know, it gets out of control quickly. You can still kind of do feather-like strokes with it, which is great. But yeah, I think the color just might not be ideal for me at the moment, but I'm kind of in that transition with my hair anyway, so I'm trying to figure out what is the right color for me. And I still have another like 5 weeks before I get new colors, so I gotta hang in there a little longer, and then we'll see what happens. Our weather continues to get warmer and warmer. That always makes me it gives me guidance of what I'm gonna do with my hair. I need to pull out my other mirror here again. I really need to get a much cuter magnifying mirror so I can use this on camera and have it look pretty, you know? Having to stare at the back of this mirror with magnets on it is not the best look, but that's okay. So, well, now that we're at brows, I think it's a good time, you know, as I'm filling in, we fill in the dead space with more stories, right? So I guess the main thing that I want to tell you today, and I'll mention this again at the end just to remind you, but be on the lookout next week because my major announcement that I have been talking about is going to be revealed. So make sure you're following me. If you're on Instagram, follow me there starting on Monday, March 3rd. Is that right? Yes, March 3rd. I am going to drop the first hint, the first major hint of what is coming. And it is something I have been working on for almost a year. And I am just, I can't believe it's here. I mean, almost here. So yes, make sure you're following me there. And I will be dropping hints. And then of course, I will be doing a full video on reveal day. So stay tuned for that as well. And I hope that you guys love it. That's all I'm going to say. Otherwise, I might, you know, spill the beans too early. I've had a few people get very inquisitive, you know, some of my friends close friends in my life. And so there are a few people who know, but I don't think think that any of them have actually seen the finished product. So anyway, okay, we're gonna leave it there. I'll leave you hanging in suspense. Yes. All right. And the other brow product that I was thinking of bringing in, I think I'm gonna wait. It's the new brow pen that has the 3 brushes on it at the front of it by Benefit. They redid that brow product. Apparently they had something similar a couple years ago. So I've used it once, but I don't remember what I was using it in conjunction with, but I thought I need to give that a whole try all on its own. So we'll do that, but I think I am gonna bring in a new brow gel. The company Bay Brow sent me a brow tinting kit, which I need to remember to use next time I tint my brows, but they also sent me their G-Lam Max. G-Lam, like laminated max clear brow gel. So I have not tried this yet. That is the brand. And let's take a look at this brush. Oh, tiny, tiny, tiny brush. Okay, well, let's give this a try. Ooh, I can tell this is one of those, I think, gonna be very laminated brow looks, which is good if you need control to your brows, which I do actually have a couple Wile E. Coyote brow hairs over here that really need a little extra help. And sometimes I really do the work to try and get them to stay in place, and sometimes I just don't. So we'll see if this really glues them in place. Yeah, I can feel a pretty strong hold here. But we'll check it out once it dries. I'm not sure how it will feel. Sometimes these brow lamination products, can make your brows feel very crunchy, but we will see. I actually really like how it looks from here. Let's see up close. What do we got going on here? Oh yeah, I feel like, I don't know. I'm not sure about the NYX product. I'm gonna go in just with a little bit of my Benefit Precisely My Brow 3.5, and I'm just gonna fill in a couple spots here on the lower part. Oh yeah, whoa. That brow gel definitely really kind of laminated things in. So, work quickly, right? If you're gonna add anything later. Oh, okay. That's a good sign. Product like that usually helps if you have a brow product, that just melts away throughout the day. That can be a good product to help keep things in place. I do love how I try to do that. Try to do touch-ups without my up-close mirror, and sometimes I regret that. Okay. All right. We're going to put the brow products away and let's go to lashes. I have started, I don't want to open up all of the new lash products that I just purchased because mascaras do get old quickly. And so I try not to have too many open at once. So I just opened these 2 yesterday. Let's see if I can get these right side up. So this is the Jane Iredale Pure Lash Extender and Conditioner. So a primer mascara. And then this is, I think, a new one from Grande Cosmetics. It's the Grande Wrap Luxury Tubing Mascara. And you know that I love a tubing mascara. Now, I only used it on my lower lashes yesterday, and I did not have any smudging. So I was very impressed by that. Maybe we'll try it on my upper lashes. It didn't seem like it was really voluminous and lengthening, so I don't know. We'll try it. Oh, wow, look at that. But if I don't love it, I might bring in another mascara on the upper lashes just because I feel like My eyes need a little extra lash today. Oh, that's good. At least, you know, conditioner primers like this, even though they're white, they dry clear. So you can just, if you get a little crazy, just wipe it away. You won't have any weird smudging. I do feel like this Jane Iredale one is going to be good. This is just the second time I've used it. And I personally like a primer that easily deposits product, you know, that you don't have to go in with 3 coats of primer. Who wants to do that, right? So if you can easily coat, like see that white all over your lashes, I think that's a good sign. And then this tubing mascara. So this kind of gives you a good visual. I get a lot of questions, what's a tubing mascara? It actually wraps and creates a tube over the lashes. And therefore, it doesn't just wash off. Like if you tear up, you're not gonna get the, you know, it doesn't become watery and just melt off. And it also does not smudge typically. Oh yeah, this is the weird. Okay, so this brush is one of those plastic brushes and then it has the spikes on the tip. Okay, let's, I am not sure. I'm gonna love this on the upper lashes, but we won't know until we try, right? And with a tubing mascara, you definitely do not want to allow it to dry in between coats. I actually don't let any mascara dry in between coats because then I feel like that makes it more prone to flaking. But if I decide I need a little more oomph on the upper lashes, which I think I'm going to, I will probably pull in another mascara immediately, which I think I'm going to. What I like about what I'm seeing here is there is a good amount of volume at the root of the lashes appearing, but it seems like it just kind of withers to a very wispy end. So it's definitely not going to be a clumpy look. So I know a lot of you really don't like any clumpiness on your lashes. And I don't like a bad clumpiness. I just like a lot of volume. I'll try this. I'll try a second coat and let's just see what happens here. So yeah, I feel like it is. It's giving good volume at the roots, but, and because we have that more dramatic eyeliner all the way across, maybe that's also helping. But I just feel like I need a little more kind of color. Oh, and I got a little spot of mascara there. We're gonna let that dry. I feel like I need a little more volume on the mid to ends of my lashes than I'm getting with this. Now, sometimes it's just a matter of letting this sit and dry out a little bit in the drawer. You know, a few more uses, a little more air in the tube can really change it. I think I'm going to go on the ends with the Dalton. This is the Lash Miracle Lifting Mascara. Is this the one I want? Yes. They have 3 different mascaras and I'm always confused. Which one is it? And this one's very, very volumizing. So I'm just going to use this kind of on the ends. And I'm not really brushing through. I'm more just kind of pressing a little more product into the ends of the lashes. So I don't want everything to get clumpy, but I do want to see if I can just add a little more volume. And this is a relatively new tube of mascara too, but this one definitely has a little more voluminous texture to it. So, all right, let's go over here. And then I will go on the lower lashes with just the tubing mascara. That is perfect down there. And then we will move on to lips. I have some fun new lippies that just came today. I had ordered them from Sephora. So I don't know that it's gonna end up being the color I wear on my lips, but we gotta try them on. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. Let's go ahead and add this down here. I'm just gonna leave it. Normally I might add a little more, but that's okay. We're gonna leave it there. And I am though gonna go back now with my eyeshadow brush, and no extra product, but I am going to just darken up now that brow bone a little bit, bring that crease shadow up slightly. Yeah, I think that's what we needed. Sometimes, you know, when you get done with your mascara, you can better see how far you need to bring up your eyeshadow or not. Like if you need to add more of a brow bone highlight shade, but you see, just really needed to bring that color up. And again, I'm really shocked at how non-orange, like that looks really orange to me, but I don't feel like it's really orange on the eyes. It really is a surprise color. All right. Now, let's look at the overall. I didn't pull out a new highlighter, so let's pull out, oh, I do have a new highlighter. Forgot. Clinique. What is this? True Highlight Weightless Illuminator. True Highlight Weightless Illuminator. Moonlit Pearl. Look at how beautiful this is. I was like, whoa, Clinique, hey. And really beautiful texture. Let me get my highlighting brush. That's what happens when I clean everything, right? Put everything back. I'm like, where did it go? Okay, I'm using the rougher number 18 brush. And I've only used this, I think, once. And I think, yeah, that's pretty. Ooh. Nice amount of glow. And let's do a little top of the nose, bridge of the nose. I think what's throwing me off is the inner corner highlight is just maybe a little white. Let's see if this helps. I think it's because it's such a stark contrast with the liner there across the upper lash line, which look at all that mascara. I gotta clean up. I've got some work to do here. All right, going to wipe off my lip peptide pout. Do you see there's still so much product on there? And it is still just thick and hydrating, not thick in a bad way. It's still there. It's not just melted off. And my lips do feel really nice. I've been so impressed with these recent releases of these kind of peptide lip products. I personally feel like those are taking over in the pout or the plumping kind of area because they're not painful at all. And they just plump up and juice up the lips. I really, really like this new one from Dalton. It's really good. All right, I'm just using MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. And while this sits, and of course I have to go do my hair. So, but before I do that, let me show you these two new lip products from Fenty Beauty. These are the Gloss Bomb Sticks, which I have 2 of, but they came out with, I think, 5 or 6 colors that have shimmer. Look at the outside. Okay, just wait. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Like I said, I haven't swatched them. I haven't even tried them on or anything. Let's see, this color. I am just really getting into these shades. I'm thinking for spring and summer. Okay, let me swatch this one. Oh, that's gorgeous. Oh, I love that. Okay, and then the purple one. I don't know. I was kind of thinking, you know, my mixology mind. I love to mix all my paints for my face. I'm kind of thinking the two of these colors together could make a really beautiful, wow. Okay, that is just fun. Oh my. It makes me happy, you know? That's one thing I love about makeup, right? Okay, lip liner. I thought I pulled one out, but apparently I did not. Let's pull in, let's do this one from Revlon. What is this? Dallying. This is kind of the pinky tone, although, ooh, I might need more of the brown or the darker one. Okay, so some of you pointed out to me that the Revlon liner, this is the multi-liner that I used on my eyes last time, was the one shade that is not supposed to be used on the eyes. Of course, and that shade is Mischief Maker. That is not this shade. This is Less Tracked. So let's use this one. So this one I could use on my eyes if I wanted to, but just note that the Mischief Maker is the only shade you're not supposed to use on the eyes. And unfortunately, it doesn't tell you the individual color ingredients for each color online, but I'm guessing that one must have like red number 28 or 27 or something like that, which is not approved in the US for use on the eyes. So that's gonna be my guess. Thankfully, I didn't have any reactions or anything, so I was okay. But just note that these are really nice texture. All right, we got a lot of things going on here. Don't worry, we're gonna make it all work. Okay, I would like to, let's just put on a little bit of the purple for fun. I could see this like with a kind of all over cool pink look, like the Natasha Denona, what is that palette? The purple palette, Zendo, which one is it? I could see that working well with that palette. Let's use this one. Oh yeah. The combo of those two is pretty. Okay, so I'm trying to think, or trying to see if I can feel the glitter. Maybe a little, but overall, the combo of those two, and I forgot to even tell you what the shades were. So the purple one is Icy Amethyst, and that peach one, oh, my favorite of the two, See You in Miami. No, See You in Maui, the other beachy place. All right, overall, I think we're okay. I'm gonna go in now with my Q-tip and clean up the mascara. I'll fast forward this for you. Okay, now from this palette, I feel like I want to just dial back that inner corner highlight a little bit. This could be risky. So let's just see what happens. That's maybe a little better. So I'm just going in with this shade right here. And I'm just going to kind of blend that there. Use my Sigma E30 just to kind of diffuse that. Okay, that's better. Okay, let me go do my hair. Be right back. Okay, I fixed my hair, put earrings in. Gracie has come in here. She might want to come say hello, but before we do that, I pulled out my Laura Geller. This is the Baked, Balance, and Brighten in Light. And I just feel like sometimes this helps blur texture. I've done a whole video, whole face of Laura Geller, and I know some of you are huge fans of this foundation all on its own, and some of you are like me and you like it more like this. I like it as kind of a topper type of foundation because it's so light in coverage, but it just sometimes is that perfecting finishing touch that I need. So let's do that. And I think we're good. Oh, Gracie wants to say hi. You want to say hi? Okay, come show off your new haircut. Let's move that mirror out of the way so she's not distracted by herself. Isn't she just so cute? She has kind of a spring haircut right now. It might be as short as we go in the summer. I'm not sure. It's not super short, but she's still fluffy. And I'll tilt this down so you can see her a little better. But okay, so here is the finished makeup look. And I have to say there are a lot of good things that we used today. So I think these new shades of the lip color are going to be super fun. I also really am enjoying these eyeliners. I think they're a great texture. And I did enjoy this. Now, I would have to say it is one of those products that if I hadn't gotten it for free, I don't think I would spend all of the cash because it's a pretty expensive palette. So getting it for free, I'm glad that I did. I think this will be a fun palette. The mattes in here are super impressive, but there's only 3. So the shimmers will be fun, but I would say this is gonna be fun for me, but not something I would pay full price for. This, you know, I feel like some products like these are more about just the different type of texture. I don't necessarily think I'm getting something so earth-shatteringly different, is that a word? But I think it's a fun thing, you know, the jelly texture. But is it that different than if you use kind of a typical cream blush? I don't think so. Time will tell. I do, of course, I'm liking the Clinique highlighter. Is it dramatically different? I don't know, but it's a nice one. I have to say this Bay Brow laminating brow gel, this is a winner. My brows are not going anywhere. So I'm gonna enjoy using that. The What's Up Beauty products. I'm not sure about this powder. I think this might end up being something that is better suited for me with my more combination skin, maybe just under the eyes, but it could have been just the foundation combination as a whole. I do think this Hard Candy Glow product is beautiful, but again, it's not something I'm going to use the way I did today again, mixed with my foundation. I think for me, it's going to be more of kind of top of the cheeks type of product. Nail product, loving that for sure. What else? Oh, I was going to put on this lotion. Oh my goodness, TonyMoly. If you're familiar at all with that brand, they have just the cutest packaging and the most deliciously scented products, and they're super inexpensive. So they sent me a couple of products and I was gonna put a little bit of this on. It is a strawberry hand cream that smells like strawberries. I was waiting for it to smell like really fakey, you know, like some hand lotions would smell. But this one, I mean, Gracie's sitting on my lap and she's like, Mom, what is that? She likes strawberries. I mean, it's so nice. So I'm going to keep this right here on my desk so I can put this on. Because, you know, sometimes I go on to film and my hands are looking really dry and crackly, but oh, smells so delicious. So as always, check the description box down below. I will have links and a list of everything that I used along with the shades. And let's see, these earrings, I don't think I can link, but I will link my nail polish. Same with my sweater, unfortunately, not something I can link. But again, as a reminder, check in next week. Make sure you're following me on Instagram. Make sure you're keeping tuned in here because huge announcement is coming. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.